Hello, and welcome to a new video. Today, guys, we have a game in the Evolution Cup. Well, I'm sorry, I was trying to make one of the top 10 teams video. I was trying to go for Charjabug alongside Vigorous and Primeape. It's actually the example team we made together in that video. I ended up picking by mistake Arctibax, and I didn't notice that until probably the third or fourth game. But by now, by then, technically, I was kind of adjusted to the team. I was winning, so I was like, you know what? Why change something that is working? So I stuck to it. I played 15 games with this team. I went I believe I lost a total of 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. However, the second set, it was a 3-2. I kind of, well, when I was transferring the videos to my laptop, it kind of got broken somehow. I'm not so sure what is the technical word for it. But yeah, I've only managed to save this one, which we are using now as an intro. Okay, the team as a whole is very good. We've seen probably by now Charjabug. It's actually quite awesome in this cup. Charjabug doesn't have many counters to it. Probably, I don't know, like Rock Throw, Graveler, Alone in Graveler or something like that. But it can do well. Even against dragons, you have X-Scissor, which is now not actually a very terrible move by any means. It's better than Discharge in neutral scenarios. So you can hit it, I believe, like you can two-shot most of the dragons with it. So, well, most, not all. X-Scissor hits for super effective damage against Zwilus, while on the other side, Hakamo resisted. Hakamo, by the way, I'm gonna be featuring in the second video in Evolution Cup. Not gonna spoil it much, but if you want the team from now, it's team number 10, I believe, in the top 10 teams video. I will link it here when this one ends. If you want to check the teams all out. It was amazing, and by any means, Hakamo is the best Pokemon in this cup. It's not even a competition, it's not even close. Like Vigorous, I'm sorry, but Vigorous doesn't even live up to it. Anyway, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the battles. We have here a very common lead. You'll see this very much often. Like Shadow Dragonair is everywhere because it's good. As we said before, even though this isn't a good matchup, technically we are disadvantaged by typing. We can still take the Aqua Tail and we outpace to the second one, I believe. And look at the damage. Here we snipe them with Arctibax. Okay, Arctibax is a problem because not so many people have it. But you don't really need great IVs for Arctibax all that well. As you see, mine actually, if you have defense, good defense on it, it's good. It's good to go. Arctibax is good. Is a good Pokemon in general, even in Open Great League. While weakness to fighting isn't very great, but it covers for it. I prefer Avalanche simply because you have Primeape in the back, and you wouldn't be going 2 shields with Arctibax here. And Avalanche near KOs most things, so destructive move. I prefer it over Icy Wind. Primeape, what a Pokemon. The only problem with Primeape is that it doesn't have stab charge moves, so I was in some points where I needed more from it, from a, a glassy Pokemon. I needed it to hit more, and it didn't, sadly. Other than that, great Pokemon actually. I believe there are a lot of Pokemon that are better than Vigorous in this meta. Maybe Simulation gives Vigorous the edge, but it's not really the case while you are playing. So yeah, here in this matchup, for example, we have something good against it. Which look, for example, this is what I was talking about earlier. Why we pick Avalanche? Look at the damage dealt from Avalanche. We near took out a Vigorous, which is a very disadvantaged scenario for us, and we even farmed down afterwards. Fracture, look, don't use this Pokemon, simply because there are a ton of better dragon types. Sadly, they aren't accessible. Like even Hakamo probably isn't accessible, but it's more accessible than Arctivax, that's for sure, and it's way better than Arctivax. Plays a different role, of course. It's weak to Golbat, but other than that, amazing Pokemon. Like, I was so impressed by it. It beats almost everything, and Hakamo beats other dragons. That's the beauty of Hakamo. It beats other dragons. Arctivax doesn't beat all other dragons. And yes, we take this win. Okay, Charjabug lead. Also very common because, you know, Golbat is everywhere, so Charjabug makes a lot of sense. It covers for the flyers. A great Pokemon, again, we don't need to talk about it much. We all use it in Open Great League format. X-Scissor. We take one and we catch another. Something that might seem weirdly off because, you know, catching with your glass cannon isn't actually preferable, but it's resisted. Here we see Vig. Vigorous actually doesn't have a lot of struggle versus Annihilate, because Body Slam takes like 40-50% easily of in Primeape's health, so I like this meta. It's very small, doesn't have many options, but teams are fairly well playing versus one another. Here we see the beauty, of course, of Arctivax, because Dragon Breath is oppressive. And we take the shield, and now all we need to do is reach one discharge and the game is over. Here, of course, we don't shield the first, because if they go to Night Slash and it boosts, the second one will KO. But like that, they cannot KO us now because the first one isn't boosted and we shield the second one. So this is a play. Don't shield the first one from Annihilate. Alright, into the next game. Haunter. Haunter, this is a tough lead. You need to stay because Primeape doesn't want to see it. Haunter triple resist counter damage, even though Night Slash is super effective. But I swap out because I took a shield advantage. Now I can shield if they throw and farm them all the way down. Here they are forced to go and they have to shield this because we KO. Okay, never mind, they don't shield this. But we KO, yeah, and this is the beauty of Arctivax again, especially since your opponents, especially if you are in lower elo, they don't react very fast. Even I don't react very fast because I'm not prepared to play that style. I would play it if I'm above 3000, for example, but in this area I play it chill, so I will not be very fast on the swap. So with a bit of advantage on energy, it can either get to a switch or shield advantage. Here, of course, we take them down. It was easy for Primeape. Alright, very positive lead. I didn't see many Celio, to be honest, in the 2 days I played. But again, it's not that good. Its other Ice Charge move is horrific. I don't like Shadow Dusclops as well because it doesn't hit hard enough and it doesn't have enough bulk. Go for the normal, it's 10 times better. It makes a lot of difference. Here we farm them all the way down, something that we shouldn't be able to do. 2 Dragon Claw, I believe, KO. With the Dragon Breath, of course. They shield once. We still need the other 2 to KO. And they throw. They shielded, so it was weird by them since, you know, they are bulky enough. And Arctivax isn't the most bulky, so one Body Slam near destroy it. Here we come. Simply because I did come with Primeape here because energy is more preferable on Primeape, but they have you know, something that resists our fast move. This is the beauty of this health because it's not high enough, but it's high enough to where they cannot farm us down afterwards and they have to throw, which they don't. So now we either near take them out or we grab a shield. Oh no, we take them out, not near take them out. 2 X-Scissors plus Volt Switch basically are enough to take out opposing Charjabug, and we just punch them down. The team was very oppressive, by the way, like really very oppressive. But the thing is, with Primeape, it either performs extremely well if you get the RNG luck of boosting. Night Slash, if it gives you boost, you near win all games. If you don't, it's kind of tough. Here we reach 2573. The next set isn't featured, so this is the third set, I believe. I was like 10-12 points higher because of the 3-2. I believe so. I do forfeit afterwards. I believe I try my best to stay in this range, because I'm not gonna lie, it's easy for me to make content when I'm in this range. I decided not to push anyway for elo, so it doesn't make sense to climb to 800 to 900 and feel so bad if I take a win from someone who is hardly pushing. And at the same time, it's easy to record content here, because like okay, my opponent gets a boost. Here it's very easy to record content because, you know, I don't need to repeat many games. Okay, my opponent boosts and my opponent shields. Now this is terrifying. Look at the counter. Look at the counter damage. And they throw back to back Night Slash boost. Look at the counter damage. What the? Oh, they have Dragonair. Look, Avalanche KOs the Shadow Virgin and gives between 92 and 94% of the normal Virgin, meaning I need like 2-3 Dragon Breath afterwards. So if they didn't even get the second Night Slash, we would have won. What a game. Back to back. Good luck, opponent. Nice luck. Alright, Dusclops again, like 2 discharge near KO. So it's not that bad for Charger, and same applies to Vig, because we outpace them to the Rock Slide. So, and one Rock Slide doesn't really KO from full health, and we are resisting the counter, so all in all it's not that bad. Here I bait because they will most probably shield. Their Pokemons are near dead. And here I go for the Arctobax, forcing them to throw. Maybe I can farm down afterwards. Ah, I can even throw. I'm telling you, this Pokemon is good, and this is the problem with Primeape. I shouldn't be able to live a move from Primeape, you know? From the classy Pokemon that you need to use in order to KO others. Here I just go for the Ice Punch and it's GG. But yeah, this is very frustrating for my opponents and me as well while playing Primeape. I wish we had a Shadow Primeape. It would have been very perfect. You're gonna have to shield either way, so you might as well deal some damage while you are at it. This is a good lead, but Shadow Golbat is very oppressive because it reaches what is it called? Poison Fang? Poison Fang. It reaches it very quickly after 5, and the second one, as you see, will KO after you deal some debuffs. So very oppressive Pokemon, even though they went shield down, but they still won a very disadvantaged lead. So go for Shadow Golbat. It's a good Pokemon. Here we have to shield, nonetheless, so as I said, Primeape is very comfortable versus Vig. I believe 2 Ice Punches don't even KO. If it had not Rock Slide, Stone Edge probably. It would have been perfect for this meta if it had Stone Edge. It would KO most Pokemons actually. I wish we had it. And it will make baiting much more efficient. Here, even though they have a shield, and we are down, but we have energy already and we can farm down. We don't live a body slam, so what we need to do, we win CMP I believe, and most Vigorouses. Yes, oh, alright, maybe Dragon Claw was enough, but we go for the Avalanche. Probably not. Alright, into the next game. Good lead for us. We resist counter, we take neutral from the rest, they swap. We don't have a clear answer for Dragonair, so I wait, I throw once, and then I swap out. My opponents here, I feel sorry for my opponents because they had the move. They had the move and the game lagged probably for them and they couldn't throw. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I made a mistake to it. I went for Dragon Claw because I'm an idiot, literally. There is no other option and no other argument but that. I should have gone for Avalanche. But yeah, my opponent not shielding was actually very surprising. But yeah, I didn't have any reason to go for Dragon Claw. I couldn't in any word make a second one. So yeah, very wrongly played by me. Here I have a shield to hide behind. And as the Icy Wind does down. So we cannot KO with this move. But probably a counter down afterwards. One counter? Yes, one counter. So yeah, not that bad. And my opponent forfeits. Dragonair. Again, here we cannot really swap right away because it will win against our soft answer, which is Arctobax. So we need to throw first, then we swap out. We can tank one move, so we don't really have to shield. I do shield, but I don't really have to. Oh, this thing is actually very scary because it deals very good damage, chunk of damage, and it has disarming voice. I saw it twice during playing this cup. No one had actually disarming voice, but go for it. Go for disarming voice. It's very great against most Pokemons. Some like Hakamo, for example, take double super effective damage from it. So even though you are a fire type versus a dragon type, you will actually win the matchup. So yeah, it's very preferred. Here I actually had my opponent just stuck to it. They could have won this because they survived a move. But them swapping out actually gave me the win because now I have two moves to take them out. Yeah, my opponent should have done that, honestly. Alright, that was the final game of the third set. Sorry, we didn't feature the second again. We went 5-0, 3-2 and 4-1, I believe. Yeah, very good team actually. You can play Vigorous as well, it's gonna perform well. Both are actually equally as good. Vigorous, of course, simulation wise, it's a beast, and most people don't have Arctobax. But again, you can play Vig, it will play a similar role, might even be better in a lot of scenarios. So, all in all, good luck, guys. And if you are enjoying this content, consider, I don't know, subscribing, because I felt like the channel isn't growing as fast as I would like it to be, especially since I put so much effort in it, like a video for me, because I'm slow and not very familiar with technology, so it takes like, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours per video sometimes. So yeah, a subscribe, a like, a comment, feedback. I appreciate feedback above everything else. Negative, positive, I don't care. I don't really care much. I'm not that sensitive, but I prefer to see any feedback. So if you don't mind and if you have time, drop a comment. Let me know what you like, what you dislike. And with that being said, see you in the next video, which will be featuring Hakamo alongside, of course, Vigorous and Dusclops. So see you there. Bye bye.